Hello guys, welcome to my channel once again. Do you guys remember this dashboard when we started at first, especially for those that started from class one? We worked on this dashboard as some sort of exercise. Now this is time for data visualization. We're going to transform this data the way it is, this whole number, into a beautiful dashboard that you wouldn't recognize at the end of the day. Now, the first thing we need to do is for you to look at this data, recognize the structure of this data. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to import this very data as a table. This is a table. How do you know that this is a table? If you go to if I click here, you see the table design, you see the name of the table. So the name of the table is analysis table. So we have saved this table. So this is our working table or data that we'll use for our data visualization, which we have been using all along. So this is the case, this is where we'll start to visualize and design our dashboard for Excel. So we'll go to a new sheet where we'll import this data from another sheet. I will show you how we'll do that as a table, and then work on it using PowerPoint. Just do a little bit of exploratory data analysis, explore it, remove the columns that we think we don't need, change some things like the first name that is in capital letter, we'll change it to a proper case. So some of the things that we're going to do, I will show you from the Power Query, from which we will then load it into our working sheet or working dashboard, which we'll use for the data visualization. So please stay tuned. All right, so we are now in a new worksheet. You can see this is book one. This is everything is neat here. And I will show us how we can start from the very scratch to the final destination, which is a beautiful dashboard that we are looking forward to. So the first thing we'll do, we'll go to the the data tab, where we can get our data. We can import that data as a table, work on it on Power Query, do some little bit of preprocessing, and then load it into this particular sheet, which will be our working workbook or sheet. So just go to the get data, go to Excel, because the table is already in an Excel workbook. Sometimes in different cases, it might be CSV file. There are a lot of different data sources here, which you can see. But let's just start with the basic, which is was from the Excel workbook. Click on Excel workbook. So once you select that workbook from wherever it is, you will see different sheets under that workbook. So these are different sheets under the workbook, but we're only interested in this particular table, which you have already saved inside our workbook. Sometimes it might not come as a table, it might come as a sheet. So maybe you select the sheet, but I don't want the sheet, I want the table, because we've already saved. The table is a structured data, so it is way easy to work with a table immediately than working with sheets. So I'm going to select table and then have a preview of the data set, which I showed you first of all. And then instead of clicking load, I'm going to transform, which will then take me to Power Query, where we'll do a little bit of our data transformation and preparation for the data visualization. This is a little bit of advanced in terms of the data transformation we used to do in Excel compared to what you're going to see in Power Query. Power Query is just an extension to help data transformation, especially in when the data start getting very large and very big compared to what we used to have in Excel. So it takes that table into the Excel, and then we begin to look at, explore our data, see what we need and what we don't need, and what we may need to change from it. So the first thing I see here is the customer ID. Now, the first this is the customer ID, which you can see. Basically, these are all those that. So I want to first of all check if there is any duplicate here, just to have an idea of what it is like, right? So I'm going to delete duplicate just to check if I have any duplicate. It is still the way it is, right? There are no duplicates. But before the duplicates, let me check something. I can go back in my step. If you want to go back in your step, you delete your last step. I want to count my row to see if I have any duplicates. First of all, I'm counting my row, and in counting the row I have, you see I have over 17,422 rows. That's the row that I have, right? Now let me delete some duplicate and see if there is actually any duplicated row. So I'm going to remove duplicates from this row. Now that I've removed duplicate, let me count row again and see if there is any row that is deleted. Count row. So it is still 17,422. So there is actually what? No duplicate. So I can go back in my step. This is only just an exploration. I can go back to my step. So that tells me that the customer IDs are unique to each other. So every row represents a single word customer. That is first thing we need to know. Then the next thing is we'll explore each of these. Now you will notice that these have what we call them the column qualities, which you can see from here, the views, which you can see from here. If I click, you have to check this in for you to be able to see your column qualities. And this helps you to know the health of that column. Is it full? Are there some errors in it? Is there a percentage of it that is empty? That's basically what the column quality is all about. Then again, we'll look at it one by one. You see, we've handled this. There are no duplicates here. So we'll move here. We'll just explore it and see the values that they have. We see the F, we see the values that I have, F and M. Now, I can decide to make this, change this F to what? To female. Instead of writing F, I can decide to change it to female, which you can see, right click, the F, I can change it to what? To female. To female. Yeah, so all the F will be turned to female. Yeah, and because I already know there is M, so I can come here, go to change replace values, and then search M. You see, I did it in two ways now. The one that I did directly from the value, or the one that you can type in yourself. Change all the M to what? To male. That's the next thing. So now I can go back again and look at it. So when you see this may not be, you always load more to see the full value of that word, of that column. So when we click it, you can now see female and male. So this is okay in the way we want it to be. The marital status you want to see, is there anything just to explore the data. So see, oh, we have married and single, and that's it. The yearly income. Then we see how many yearly income do we have. We have these 0 to 25, 25 to 50, and sometimes this zero can be confusing. So there are also a lot of ways we can handle it. We can change these values to what we can easily relate. Instead of 2500, we can just say 25K. So that helps you to, because at the end of the day, it is a categorical value, because this is a range. It's not numerical, so it is a range. So since it's a range, let us use something that is easily relatable rather than zeros and long numbers that can confuse us. So the first thing we'll do is to then change the values of these. So I can just use this one, change this value from what it is to I can change it to, we'll just say less than 25K. I think it makes more sense. Less than, yeah, yearly income, those that earn less than 25K. That makes sense. Good. and then we'll have 2500 to I can always look at it again. So we'll have 25001 to 50K. So I can come here and change the value to 25001 to. Is that how it was? You have to be exact in the values before you can get it. You can always go back anyway, but it's good to, so you save your time, 2500. So we'll just say 25K to 50K. Yeah, 25K to 50K. Yeah, that makes sense. 25K to 50K. Then we check another value that we wish to. I think we have 50 to, so we have 50K to 75K, 75K to 100K. Okay, so let's go. We can also replace this value as well. 25K to 25K. So the 25 has one. Yeah, 25K to. No, we've done the two, sorry. So 50,001, 50,001 to 75. Yeah. So we are replacing it with just 50K to 75K, which is more relatable. Yeah. 50K to 75K. Yeah. And then again, we can always check back. Let's place the values that we have in our head. And then we'll have 75,001 to 100K. Yeah. So we'll say 75K to 100K. 100K. Yeah. And then the next, so we can always check our value and see what is left. So we are left with
left direction, the relative direction opposite of right. This answer is from wikipedia.org.
so we have greater than, so less than 20, so greater than 100K. So that's the last of it. So greater than 100K. How was you written? Remember, you have to write it. I don't like that on the way it was written, so I want to, yeah. So just say more than, just short words, more than 100K. Of using them. So less than, more than, more than 100K. Or can say 100K and above. Yeah. Above 100K. I think I like above 100K. Yeah. Yeah. Short words. Yearly income above 100K. So greater than, just say above 100K. Let's be sure if it has taken into effect. Yes, so we have 25K to 50K, 50K to 75, 75K to 100K, above 100K, and less than what? 25K. So that makes sense. Good. Then our revenue. Another thing is you also work alongside with your. It's good to put this is customer ID, not a number. So I prefer to put this in a categorical number. It is not a number. I want to put it in text. Yes, it's important to put it in text. Yes, so it doesn't act as a number. It's very, very important. Then again, there's nothing wrong with being in decimal, but because we are dealing with number, we can just put it in currency so that the difference it puts them into decimal places and then put comma where comma is supposed to be. That's what we call currency format. The customer value, we look at it, we see what the values are like, which is brand seeker, so there are no funny values in them. Then again, the order date, which is very, very important. The order date is an interesting one. Year, order, month, we don't need this. We don't need this. We need the year, but we don't need the, I'll just delete this. Yeah. Yeah. And country, leave the country the way they are. Birth date. Yeah. Basically, since we've already gotten age, so there is nothing I will use birth dates for, because I think the idea is to use it to get the age, but we now have the age, so I don't need it. Year, which is interesting. Each other thing. Yeah, age category. Yeah. Then first name. Then I want you to the next thing I will teach you is we can combine these two and merge it into one and call it full name. So the first name and last name we can, but before that, just before that, I will make, though they're all the same, but let me just show you. I will make this from capital to proper case. Proper case is just capitalizing the first name, the first letter of the name. That's what we call proper case. So what do? I right click and then I go to transform and then I go to capitalize each word. Capitalize each word. So it is already in uppercase. This is lowercase. So capitalize each word is to make the first letter capitalize. So that's what we need. Yes, this is what we need. Then we can then, since our last name is already in the case that we want it, we'll just remember what I did can be done even after merging. So I just felt like, let me show you before merging it. So it's not like there is any procedural order. Then again, now I can merge this into a full name, which is combined. How do I select two columns? I select one and then hold shift and go to the column that I want to select it with. Either shift. So the control is to hold the consecutively. Control, you hold control is to select different columns, right? Like this. I select this, I hold control, I select this, I hold control, I select this. That's to select, but shift, what shift does is if I select here and I press shift and then I want to select a consecutive column, all I need to do is select shift, go to the last column of where I need to stop and then click. So it will select all of them. That's the difference. So, but because this is just close, so either control or shift will work since they're just close to each other. Now select it, then go to the merge column, merge it. So it will ask me how do I want to merge it. It's more like, remember when we did the splitting, So it will also ask you how do you want to merge them. Like how do you merge them? So we just say merge it with a space because it's a name. We don't want any funny thing. And then we can rename the new column to be full name. Full name, yeah, or customer name. Since we have customer ID, let's call it customer name. Yeah, customer name, and then okay it. So you see, it has merged the two. It has merged the two into one. So the two columns has become one, which is you can see now we now have the names. And then there is I can also reorder it, which is to shift this name to be it just maybe after the customer ID so that it makes sense. Do you get? It makes sense. It's just usually the way I think it should be. Customer ID is what I call primary key. So after the person's customer ID, then we should have customer name. Yeah, which you can see matching, you can easily match it with. And then after sort, it's just my way of doing things. I like immediately after that to begin to see the yeah, just the way I just want things. So see what I'm saying now. I'm pressing shift because I want to select it up to this place. Now I want the other date to follow just after the customer name. So I select the three of them, drag it, which is press and hold. That's how you drag, and then I'll stop. I'm watching the line. See the line is green. I'll stop just after the customer name. So what I've done is to move those three here, just in the order that I want it to be. And yeah, that's basically so far the way I want it to look like. So that's a little bit of the transformation that we've done on this data. And after doing that, I mean, there is a whole lot we can do from this data. There is a whole lot, but let's just end because our aim is data visualization, right? So the data is clean, basically. It's just about to transform it into further things that we need. So what we do, what we then close and load it into our Excel. So it will load into the Excel as a sheet. Good. Now this is our data analysis, our analysis table. Now the next thing I will do is to create a pivot table from this, right? So I'm gonna do Control A and then create a pivot table, go to insert, create a pivot table. It will ask me, yes, I want it in a new sheet. That's where I want it, in a new sheet. So yeah, so I can name this pivot table, analysis table, and pivot table. Pivot table is where we'll be building some of the tables, short tables that we'll use for our analysis. So, and then I have pivot table, I have analysis table, which is the main data. I can also name this the main data, but I mean, that's the name of our table. And then maybe here I can begin to call here to be our input data, which you basically need for our what data visualization. So first and first is we'll ask ourselves a question. I'm going to ask more like what and what we need, what are we looking at? What are we looking at to build? All right. What are those things that we are looking forward to build? Instead of I can easily put all of them here. So maybe can have the KPIs. The KPIs can be KPIs is more like what are we trying to track in our data visualization? What are the things that we are looking forward to talk about? What is our story point? Is it about the revenue or about customer influx or about the product or about what is it that we are trying to, that's what we call KPI. So we can say our KPIs can be the revenue, yeah, the revenue across, so many sectors, how you cut across, and maybe a little bit of customer review. So revenue we're looking at revenue. We're also looking at no, let me cut this out here. Yeah, I want it to be like this. So our KPI is revenue. Maybe what can we possibly be tracking from this? Sales across, which is the revenues, and how they cut across. So what are the features we have? How they cut across these categories? So in this kind of thing, the first thing you usually do is to look at your facts versus your dimension. What I mean, your numerical features most of the time serve as your facts, or your days serve as facts. Do you get? So it can be count of customer, influx of customer by date. It can be this by that. So it can also be demand, not just the revenue. It can also be the demand. How many people bought this in a particular month? Stuffs like this. And remember, we already have um we already have week, so we can even see the demand by the weekdays. We can also see the demand by the which our pivot table will help us to build out there's what we call data elements, to build out the data element, which is the year, the month, the date, and all that. So we can do that from our pivot table. So we can even see the flux of that. So not just the revenue, let's see the count of what customers, which can serve as what demands. So that's the things that we are hoping to track. What other things are we hoping to track? So count of customers, their revenues, and do we have products here? We don't have products. If not, products could have been another track. Maybe we'll track the countries as well. So not just the demand, where are the demands coming from? These are also important things to track, where are the demands coming from? So we can say customer reviews, not customer review. Maybe customers. Let's just call it customers. Okay, which I mean they're all the same. Now revenue. This revenue can be as what? Total what? Total revenue. Total revenue. Average revenue. Average revenue. This is how to build KPIs. Maximum revenue, right? Average age. Yeah. So we'll start building our input from our pivot table. I think I should move this here. That's how you can move shit. So it's easy for us to move across. Yeah, easy. So this is the first thing we'll ask ourselves is, we are building the KPIs now. So first thing is total revenue, right? What is the total revenue? All right, interesting. So our KPIs, total revenue, so which is equals to sum of we already have the table called analysis. Yeah, this is our analysis, right? There are some we do with pivot table, there are some we do just using formulas, right? What am I doing? Yeah, analysis. Okay. So we access the table, which is, how do you access the revenue? This is the revenue. Close the brackets. So which is sum of what? Revenue column. Sum of that revenue column. This is what it is. Put it in, let me use pounds, put it in pounds. Yeah, this is the total revenue from that. What else do we have there? Average revenue. Interesting. Average revenue. Average revenue is equals to average, the name of our table, access the column revenue, right? Close it. That's it. So average revenue is this. I'll put it in pounds. Yeah, that's the average revenue. What else? Maximum revenue. Interesting. Equals to, sorry, maximum revenue is equals to max. My analysis table, which I already have, which is revenue, right? So that's the maximum revenue generated from one single customer. One single customer. This revenue comes off as sales as well. So, but from the data, they called it a revenue. So we're gonna stick with it. Minimum revenue. We are building our KPIs equals to minimum. The name of the table, which we already have. Open the revenue brackets. And that's the minimum. See? Interesting. £2 from the customer. Okay. So what other KPI? We have customer count. So this customer count, I will just call it customers. So it means customer count. So customer count is simply what? Count of what? Just count count A. Just count the table. Count the just customer ID. Yeah. Yeah. Let's count the customer ID. Yeah. Yeah, that's the number we saw. Remember, we just put it in a number so it makes sense. It is not that number that we want. Just like this. Yeah. What other? Yes. Average age. Yeah, things you can do with age. Can even see maximum age, minimum age. These are important KPIs to see. Average age. Sorry. Average age. So we access our table, right? Access our table, open the square brackets, go to the age, close it, and then, so that's the average age. Put it in, just want it in a number. I don't want, just put it in a number. Okay? Age can be in decimal, so put it in your whole number. That's the average age. What else? What other KPIs do we have here? We'll do. Okay, so I said that we're going to add, yes, maximum age and minimum age. So we know it's just being curious anyways. So remember, in the real sense, you work according to the business demands, what the business requirements, what the business is looking to track. So maximum age is equal sign maximum analyze, access our table, age, was it? Interesting. Interesting. Somebody is 102. Well, maybe it's just the data. Yeah. Minimum age. Let's say minimum age. Interesting. So see the minimum age in this among these orders. Minimum age. What age are we looking at? Analysis. Analysis. Open the brackets. Age. Close it. Minimum age there is 30. Interesting. Interesting. Might have a median age. That depends. Median age of is really an but I mean there is also a median age, so you can even do median age just to have a look of the age spread. That's basically what it's all about. To have a look at the age spread of it. What other thing can we track here? Basically, I mean, the way I'm seeing it, I'm already seeing a two dashboard from what we are going to build because of this. So that's for the KPIs, right? So let's start going to their dimensions. So the dimensions now will start popping small, small. So go to dimensions, right? Dimensions. Okay. So the first dimension that we are looking to build is, okay, customer counts. We already have that now. So customer count by country. Interesting. So customer count by country. That's what we'll do. So each one we'll go. So we have to go to the pivot table. What are we looking for? Customer count by what? Country. So I'm going to drag this to here. Yeah, that's the customer count by what? Country. As easy as that. Country. Where is that country? Drag the country to the rows. And maybe in the table, I think I'll remove in the design, I'll remove the total column. Total is here, the total here of, yes, on row. Yeah, I don't need this. What am I doing? Yes, I don't want the total to be showing. I don't need, yeah, that's just what I want. And I can All I need to do is just to copy this. I can go and rename it the way I want. So this is what I want. Copy it. Come to the input. So we are doing, I'll come here. I'll come here, customer by, and then paste as a value. I'm going to paste this as a value. Good. Interesting. Yeah. And I can call this country, call this customer. Can select this and create a small table from it. Yeah. Small table, which, yeah, I can name it customer by country. Customer by country. Customer by country. Yeah. That's the first thing. Trying to check if there is something I needed. Yeah. Yeah. But it doesn't add as a table. Customer by country. I mean, me looking at it. Customer by country. Yeah. Customer by country done. Because this is where we'll be taking the table and then we'll be working on it. I can, you know, I can just sort this, though it doesn't mean, but I can, what am I even doing? I can just sort it from here, largest to smallest. Yeah, I can just sort it from here, so we can see Australia, the most demand, we are coming from Australia. So that's one. We've done all our KPIs and all of this. Interesting. So customer count, we've done that too. I think I should just call this so stop confusing me. Yeah, so no. I think maybe I'll go back. It's fine. I know it's so customer by country, we've done that. Customer by weekday. So go to our pivot table. As simple as that. Customer by what? Weekday. I move this out. I look for the weekday, other weekday, put it here. As simple as that. Right? As simple as that. All I need to do is to copy this again and paste as what? Just values. Remember, paste as just values. Go to the paste option, go to see, paste as what? Values. Now, as it is still selected, then I can now what? Make it a table, Control T. Yes, it is a table. And name the table customer by weekdays. Customer by weekdays. Can change this, weekdays. And then customer. Yeah. Then I might filter it just to see. Yeah. Much demand is on Monday, though there is not much there in terms of the disparity in them, in terms of differences in them. So that's interesting. Maybe just to be, I can also, just give it a different. So the tables will give me different. Yeah. So I know which one is which. So this is, remember, let me be naming my dimensions. 1, 2, customer by weekdays. Customer by weekdays. Interesting. Hmm? So move to the next one. Customer by month. All right. Customer by month. Customer by month. Um, so go to my pivot table. You see how easy it is. Very, very easy. Now, for customer by month, we have, I remove this and then I put the dates. Know what to do. I'll put the dates and exactly. Remember when I said that the Excel will give me these other dates in terms of what I needed it for, which is the year. I can see the year. I can see so I can remove this. There is even customer by quarter, but let's focus on the month. Remove this. Remove other dates. So I just want it by what? Month. As simple as that. So this is customer by month. All I need to do, I select this again. Can see the spread. Can see the spread. Select this. Go to our input. Remember, paste as values. Good. As it is still like this, we can do Control T, put it in a table. Yes, it has headers. Change the color. Then rename your. So this one is month. Month. And that's our customer. Um, mm, I don't think I like the customer that I call this. I think it makes more sense when we call it demand because that's the metric in the first place we're even looking to track. So please, let's call all of these demands. So we see the demands by the month, demands by the week. Yeah. So demands by country, demands. That's what we are looking to track in the first place. So to make it easy, just gonna copy this, make my life easy, paste. Oh my God. Oh God. What am I doing? Demands by months. This is interesting. Demand by weekdays, and I did it the other way around. Mhm. In your nomenclature, I think it's always good your metric comes first before the demand by customer, by country. This is what it's supposed to be. It's always good that your metric comes first before the dimension. It's just other of doing things. Yeah, demands by country. So we can see that. Interesting. And it's not bad. I can sort it just to make it look so we can see that most other came from this. Demand can also mean the same thing as order we get. So please, it can also mean the same thing as order. Yeah. Then our next is demand by year. So we go back here, right? We come here and put the year back. I'm gonna put this back, even though we already have the year, we already have a year order. We can just drag this. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So we can see, we go to our input data, come here for, which is yearly demand. What is it like? Come here, go to our pastes. I need to copy this again. Yeah, come here, go to paste as you are. Yeah, ignore number stored as text. Yes, it's okay. Perfect. They are categorical here. Year, months. Control T. Yeah. Yearly demand. Table design. Yearly demand. Where you change the name of the table is in the table design. Yearly demand. Demands. We give it another color. Come here again. Now we're looking for 5 charts, which is okay. We are done with the demands now by the year, months. Interesting. So start looking at revenue. So revenue by country. I've started again. Demand, yeah, by country, yes. There's also something I'm thinking. I also give spaces for some of the charts. Okay, well, as we do it, we can then put it straight to. I think that's best. Let's just have our input data. So revenue by country, that's where we are. So go to our pivot table, remove the year, remove the demands, put the year in the, because that's what we are tracking now. So some of the revenue by what? We are looking at it by country. So we'll put this in the column. Yeah. So we see revenue generated by countries. Take it, go to our input data. Go to paste values, then Control T, save it, revenue by country. Yeah, revenue by country. We give it, give it a different name. So come here. It's okay. Come here. Oh, I think I would like my stuff to be in the same. Let me start again. Just to give it a decent look, like orderliness. Yeah. 6. What are we tracking now? Revenue by what? So weekly revenues. Weekly revenues. Not weekly though. Yeah, revenue by weekdays. Because weekly revenue is a different meaning. You have to be careful. Revenue by weekdays. First of all, remember, let us finish off this table. This is country, and this is just simply revenue. I don't need the sum. It's already revenue. Yeah. Okay. So we go back, revenue by weekdays. Go to our pivot table. Revenue is already there. So weekdays, weekdays. Mm, Quarterly weekdays. Yeah. Okay. Once you learn, see how easy pivot table is, or it is as easy as all you just need is just to understand how it works, which is your rows, your column, and your values, and which we have explained in our class before. Um, so revenue by days, and first of all, put it in sorry, Control T. All right. So weekdays, revenue. Mm. The colors will suffer in my hands. I'll start giving them different styles. I've always liked my yeah. Let's go by this. It's okay. It's all right. Fats. Yeah, let's go by this. Yeah, my sorting. I like to sort. There are different ways of sorting. I might prefer to leave it year on year so I can see the trend. Yeah, then that's for that. So I don't need to sort. Then for here, I might want to sort. And for here, I might want to. Um, I'm not about. It's not trend for me. It's categorical. So I rather use. Um. Okay. Interesting. I can just use this. Yeah. So I can see. Mm-hmm. Okay. So come again. Okay. Um, there's an interesting something, very interesting something, which is top 10. Think I like that. Customer with most, yeah, customer with most, yeah, most valuable customers, which is 10 most valuable customers will be simply customers by, yeah, revenue by customer. Yeah, yeah, by customer. Interesting. Revenue by customer. Revenue by customer. We'll see the customers that will buy from most, that buy from the business mostly. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, by customer name. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now revenue by weekdays, revenue by year. Keep going. We are here. 7. Interesting work. 7, which is revenue by what? After the weekdays, revenue by month. So which can also be just monthly revenues. Yeah, we can call it monthly revenues. Yeah. Mm-mm. That's different. That is different because they are not consecutive, they are categorical. So they're not orderly, they are categorical. So I'll just call it revenue by month. So we can see on monthly basis what will generate on a monthly basis. So revenue by month. So revenue by month, right? But let me fix all of these ones so it will be easy for me to know what we are doing. Revenue by revenue by revenue by after month we have year. So this is what we call yearly revenue because they are consecutively. You can easily see the trend, yearly revenue. So you know the difference. After yearly revenue, yeah, so we then have revenue by customer name. Top 10, top 10 customer. Top 10 revenue by customer name. Yeah. Mhm. That is 9. That's on the third layer. Okay. There is that. What else do we have? Mm, customer Customer by gender. Okay, so customer demographics now. So seeing the demands. So here we are looking at yeah. I think this should start when I call this cost demands by yeah. I think I should just call it demands. Total demands. Brackets. Demands. So here customer count is demand. So we can be calling this demands. Demands. So here we'll call this again demand. Again. So let's go back. Revenue by month. Let's go back to our pivot thing. Revenue by month. Already have that. Once you have a date column, pivot table will give you the date element, which is year, month, and day, and try even quarter, but we'll leave quarter for now. We'll copy this, go to our input, come here. Why it is still selected, Control T. Yeah, revenue by month, name the table, revenue by month, yearly revenue. So go to the pivot table, remove this, put the year aspect of the year, save, input data. Then I save your work, Control T. Yeah, I see the trend. So top 10 revenue by customer, interesting. So I come here, remove and then put customer name. Interesting, because we want to see customer with most revenue generated. It's gonna be interesting, right? So we come here and first of all, we can we can um, we can sort. We can sort based on yes. We want to sort. No, not the customer name that I want to sort. I don't want the customer name. Descending order, right? Yes, sum of revenues. That's what I want. So we can sort based on descending order. Yeah. Or has it sorted? So just to be sure. Just to be sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is sorted because we have, yeah, you can see it is sorted 1815 1469 1469 9190. So this is sorted based on. So after doing that, then we can then top 10 label filters. Top 10. Where is the top value filters? Yes, top 10. Top 10 based on exactly. So one the top 10 based on some of the revenues. Top 10 of the item based on So this is top 10 customer name by what sum of revenues because we have filtered it. So, but that's what I want. So you need to be careful in your sorting. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the top 10 customers with most revenue generated. That's it. So go to input and paste where it is. Remember to create a table from it. Top 10 customer. Next is demographics. You're in demographics now. Customer by gender. Customer by gender. But I will customer by gender. So count of customer. So remove this. We are looking for count. So I'm gonna take customer ID to the values because it's count. And I want to see that by gender. As simple as that. You drag the gender here. Yeah. Interest. Okay. Go back to my pivot table, remove the gender, age category, put it here. There are also other things. Maybe I want to see inside those which of them is male, which of them is female. That would be interesting. So inside of this age category, I might want to see which of them is male and which of them is female. And for me to do that, I'm going to drag the revenue to the column. Drag the revenue to the gender to the column, please. And drag gender to the column. So inside each of these, I can see the ones that are female, the ones that are male. I think it makes sense. So we can see the relationship. We can call them like more like combo charts, sort of. Yeah. And I think I can also combine, yes, what I did here, I can also combine both the counts and their revenue, their count and their revenue. So yes, I think that's what I'll also do. The account and their revenue. So I'll show you different formats. But let me copy this first. Okay. Each category. Oh, okay. I will just move it to the other side. This is supposed to be the other way around. Yeah. Each category. Each category. Yeah. The male and the female. So crop this, put it here. And then Control T, viewer. So here, yearly income, please. So also see the yearly income category, yes, how they spread. So you can see which of them is which. Is interesting to see, really interesting charts. on here, paste as value, please. Second, we'll give a space. I don't want any. We'll add something here. Yeah. So we can. Okay. So right away, just clean up the mess. Clean up a bit. While doing that, yeah, let me insert. Yeah. So I have a space. Very good. So this is yearly income. Mm, there is also another thing I'm thinking here, not just to make it male and female. So I want to see their number and what they generated. Number and what they generated. Yeah, that can change. So we are changing this. So this will now be gender, customer, and revenue by gender. Customer and revenue by gender. And I'll show you what that means. Customer and revenue by gender. So this is two metric by one dimension. Customer and revenue by gender. So we'll see the spread. Yeah. So let's go back to our pivot table. Customer and revenue by gender. So that simply means I take this out, bring this here, but then I want also the revenue. So which will then come as exactly perfect. So have the count and their revenues, the count and the revenues that they generated. Interesting. I like that. Yeah, I think this is what we want. Just to, change it a bit. And because I don't want it to, I'm not doing anything with, it's out. Let me copy again. Because it's 3, so I want to start from there. Yes, I don't want to spoil this again. So start from here and then paste. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. So I can see the gender, customer count, and revenue they generated. The same for all other ones. So this is a case of what? Two features versus one dimension. These two features are customer demand and customer need. So we are seeing how they cut across the relationship between the demands and the revenue, which is an interesting chart. Haven't seen what we did here, which is we did the demand and we did the revenue. So we are now combining the features against, which can be a very good analysis of what has happened. A very good, yeah. Just count of customers, customer counts. I don't like long sentences. Now, can put it in a table. In a table, revenue. So say customer, we have to customer revenue by gender, cost revenue. So we can manage the space by gender. Yeah, cost revenue by gender. That's our thing. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll just go back and plot what we've done before. So it will just be like this, but for not for gender, this time around for yearly income. Yes, yearly income. Where is the yearly income? Ah, marital status. Interesting. Yes. I think it's good to see this by marital status. See those that, why didn't I have that? We'll add that as the fourth. Marital status is an interesting thing to see. Marital status. What we now have, we'll add it. We'll do a yearly, but we'll add it. Let's do a yearly income first. Oh, we'll do the yearly income. Yearly income. Yes, it's an interesting thing to see. That's what we call combo charts. This is where you begin to see the effects of combo charts. Cause rev by income. Yeah. So each category. So we'll see how they spread. Customer count and their revenues. So see, yeah, the last one we say I'm going to do 11, which is marital status, interest. Customer revenue by marital status. Yeah, so can now come here and pick our marital status. How could we have left that in? It is interesting to see. You will see the beautiful charts that we can get from these are powerful insights. Okay, I mean this is actually 13, not what am I doing? This is 13th chart. Okay, okay. So next is for us to what? Begin to pop out charts. We've seen how we're able to take out a lot of insights from all of this. So this is probably our you create a dashboard. What I need to do now, I'm going to remove these. I go to the view, remove the. I want to make it like a plane. Remove the grid lines. Yes. So good. That's what we want. So we want a proper. Remove the grid line. Just go to the view and check out the grid lines. We don't even also need the formula. We might need. We may not need it. But as time goes on, we'll see. We want it to look like a proper dashboard. So this is what we want. That's our dashboard look. Okay, come back to here. So we're gonna call this dashboard, and it's definitely going to be what? The way I'm seeing it, it will be more than one page of a dashboard. So we'll create multiple dashboard. So if you are liking this right now, please click on the red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel for subsequent channel tutorials like this. And then do well to like and share this tutorial so that you can always see similar contents from me next time. All right.